Alright, this will be the second part of the last packing video. My phone ran out of storage. I have no idea how much my rant was cut off. I got about 20 minutes captured though, and I freed up some space, so I'm going to try this again. Let me compulsively check and make sure that it's recording. We're good. We're way good. Alright, so how many orders do I actually have left to pack tonight? We've already done dinner at this point. It's now dark outside. Done dinner with the kiddos. And down to 58 orders packed. That's the thing about shipping orders on eBay throughout the course of the day is if you look away for too long, that number goes back up because you keep shipping stuff throughout the day. Again, good problems to have. Speaking of good problems, shipping, right? Shipping's hard. It's hard for a lot of people. Shipping's where I hear a lot of people say they wish they had employees. We don't have any employees. It's just me, and then my wife helps out with a lot of the bookkeeping stuff and picking orders. She picked this whole box of stuff. Heather's great. Thank you, Heather. And yeah, I think shipping can be really hard, but I think making money is repetitive. I think that's okay. It's okay to do repetitive things. I think that's how you gain mastery. And so I'm okay doing repetitive stuff. I don't really want a business. I used to think that I wanted a business, and actually I just want a really awesome job. And eBay is actually an incredibly awesome job, and that's what I consider it. So I work hard. I try to do every step of the process as well as I can, and instead of employees with my eBay business, I have processes. So I work on how can I improve my workflow. That's why I'm such a nerd about, shortcuts and numpad and having everything within arm's reach. And there's so many things that I'm sure I'll be able to talk about as we go forward. And it's just all about refining my processes. Instead of employees, I have processes. So I get to step back and be in my boss mode, where I'm at the 10,000 foot mode, and I get to design my workspace. And I give myself as much time as I need to do that, because that always pays out. Whenever you can work on that infrastructure stuff, I always try to give myself time to do that. And then you're able to plug yourself back into worker mode and then do the task, right? And so much of this job is just doing the task. And if you're a good worker, that covers a lot of the bad boss stuff. And so a lot of eBay people can get to a certain point by just working really hard, and you're good at being a worker. But a lot of eBay people that I've noticed are not very good bosses, and you have to be both. Unless you're gonna have a boss, you have to understand when you're doing something inefficiently, when something that is not actually worth your time, that you're spending a lot of time on, when processes aren't working, all that stuff. So, or when you're feeling burnt out and you're having signs of burnout, I think that's where the boss side of you needs to come out and be like, hey, we need to take a step back. So all those things, I think, come into play. Having your own business like this, you got to wear both hats. You got to be employee and boss and be able to switch back and forth. So another one I don't see listed. 4585 I do see listed. Okay, put that down for a minute. There's another PlayStation 3 controller going for $19.99 plus shipping, tested, cleaned with the USB charging cable, just like you'd hope it'd be shipped to you. I always try to include the charging cables, the batteries, all that stuff. So I guess I was talking in my last video specifically about how to pack orders and make it calm, in a calm way. I think that's what I titled the video. And yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about that, I guess. Something about owning a restaurant that I noticed is that certain menu items, if they were really hard to make, or I knew that they weren't going to be very good that night, and I probably should have just taken them off the menu, crossed it out, and said, sorry, we're out till tomorrow. Or if they're hard to make, I probably just shouldn't have had it on the menu in the first place, unless it was just paying out so well. But I would notice sometimes I would have a bad feeling if somebody ordered something, and that's not good. If this is your business and you're trying to sell something, here on eBay, we're selling our inventory. In the restaurant, I was trying to sell my menu items. You need to be able to put on the hat, speaking of putting on hats, of salesperson some of the time, and you need to do everything you can to sell the item and to honestly sell it. You don't need to be the used car salesman type, but sales is always part of any business. And so being able to sell your product is a big part of it. And if you have a bad feeling about it, if you don't want to do it, if it's hard to do, that's going to make you not as good of a salesperson. And similarly, with your eBay items, you're not going to be as likely to accept that offer if the item is hard to find, if you don't actually know where it is, or if you don't have the shipping materials for it. So one thing to make shipping easy and calm is to have a good inventory system and to have an abundance of packing materials, all the bubble wrap you need. I would say don't list something until you know you have the box for it sitting in your garage. For me personally, that's where I keep all my boxes. So I don't list anything until I know I have the box for it and I have enough boxes to cover the things that I have in my inventory. And for half of the stuff in my inventory, I just pre-pack it in the box so that I also don't get that sinking feeling sometimes I used to get if I had a ton of larger orders that were going to require a lot of time. Then that 2 to 3 minutes per item that I mentioned earlier can creep up 4 or 5 minutes per item sometimes if you're having these big unwieldy items, and especially if you're having to Frankenbox. So making sure you have the correct box for everything, just get the boxes for it. And then, having all the packing materials, I think that makes a big difference. Or just pre-packing it. I mean, obviously, then you just like literally slap a label on it. That's my favorite. So I do a lot of that too, just pre-packing the large items. As soon as I list it, I just pack it, put the SKU number on the box, and then I just put it back downstairs in my inventory. So that works out pretty well too. It's just about making it good. You want to be excited when your items sell, right? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, same thing with the business. You need to be excited when somebody orders one of your things, but if somebody orders one of your items and you have a sinking feeling, that's something that needs to be corrected quick, because you need to be selling 30 plus items a day. And so I need to be stoked every time that happens, because that's hard. That's hard to keep that kind of momentum going, as many of you know who run an eBay store. So yeah, anyway. I think making sure that you're prepared and you're gonna be excited when every single one of those items sells, that you'd be excited if 100 items sold in the next hour because you have everything ready to pack, and you're like, yes, it'll be a long packing day, but you're selling your items. That's what we're here for. So I think setting your systems in place so that you're excited every time an item sells makes sense. I mean, it seems obvious when I say it, but it's something to think about. Phew, I'm ranting. This is the problem. I'm not even working anymore. What am I even doing? It's supposed to be a work with me. This is just me ranting at my phone. Okay, I got some tape. Heads up. One more tape. Done. So this is a Dance Dance Revolution mat. And I just ship it right in the box it comes in. I think it's 11 by 13. Yep, by 4. This is selling for $14.99 plus shipping. And I charge $9.99 for shipping, and I'm able to ship it, let's see, UPS Ground Saver, $8.17. Nice. And free packing materials, so that's always good. And I think it's brand new in there too, so they'll be happy with that. It still has like the tissue paper wrapped around it, like it comes brand new. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's like the white and blue Wii Dance Dance Revolution pad that plugs into the GameCube port on the top of your Wii. Alright. Another Xbox power supply. Give this one a spit shine, and I am hearing a rattling in there. These are tested, but it's in very good condition otherwise. I think they'll be happy with it. It's not like they need to be walking around with it, hearing your power supply rattle. I think if it works, it works. All of these Xbox 360 power supplies I have as replenishables on my store, so I have more than one inventory. And when I sell them all, it just goes down to 0. And when I want to get more, I just bring the inventory back up to where it was. Sorry, tape. Should have said tape warning. I try to keep the tape to a minimum, but at the same time, it's the reality of the situation. And if you're a reseller, again, I think it's a little bit ASMR, because you know that the sound of tape is the sound of money hitting your eBay account. Now I have daily payouts enabled. I don't know why anyone would not do daily payouts. Why would you just let eBay keep your money for longer? I've never understood that. If the option's there, just get daily payouts. Maybe it makes accounting easier, I guess, less, I'm like, get the money, get that money. We have a business high yield savings account, so just like get it in there. Like, I'm making money on that money. That's what I'm trying to do with all this money I'm earning on eBay. So I will take it. I'll take it every 24 hours if you. That's when you'll give it to me for free. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. I'd love to hear any comments. Why would you not get daily payouts on eBay if you're an eBay seller? I don't understand. Like, I want my money as fast as possible, I guess. And it's not like I necessarily like need it to pay the mortgage or something tomorrow, but I do like having it so I can go earn money on it right away. I don't know. And it's like instant payouts I hear people talking about, and then I hear a lot of people saying they have weekly payouts. Like, again, instant payouts, it's unfortunate if you're in a situation where you need the money literally today, but I guess I would understand if you're willing to pay a little fee for that. But as far as the free options, why not just get it every 24 hours? Sorry, we're doing a couple power supplies. We're just going to get them out of the way here. These 10x4x4 boxes literally fit pretty much every Xbox 360 power supply really well. And 10x4x4 gets some good dimensions for some good shipping rates too. And this one's going UPS for $7.21. Buyer paid $9.99, so that's cool. The $13.99 was the item price, plus $9.99 for shipping. So making a few bucks profit on that one, over 10 for sure. That goes in the UPS pile that I'm making. Alright, what should we do? Let's grab some controllers here. I sold a ton of PlayStation controllers this weekend. So, this is a PlayStation 4 controller. The first gen ZCT 1U. Second gen is the ZCT 2U. And you can tell, even if the little model number is scratched off on the back, because when you turn it on, it flashes. On the second generation, it flashes through the front and a little light bar on top. If you know, on the PlayStation 4. The first gen, ZCT 1U, it doesn't flash. There's not like a cutout there on the touchpad, so it doesn't shine through on the front. That's how you can tell if the label's scratched off or missing or something. And that one, again, is tested, working, comes with a brand new charging cable. And it's all cleaned up, ready to go. Looks like I'm able to ship it grounded managed for $5.01, and buyer paid $6.99. So again, pays for shipping materials and then some, a little bit, for my time, all that stuff. So shipping and handling. I'm always happy to take a little more for than the actual label price for shipping, because it's shipping and handling. Like, you're an employee and you should be getting paid for your work packing too, so it makes sense that it's not the exact same price. So I've heard of people like passing on that shipping discount to the customer, but that doesn't really make much sense to me. This is the camo PlayStation 3 controller. This goes for a little more than the regular one. I'm selling this for $26.99 plus shipping. And let's see, 7 ounces in a poly bag. Really gets the shipping really affordable. Just wrapped with a lot of that good quality bubble wrap, and I've never had an issue with shipping. And I'm able to get it, in the 8-ounce class at 7 ounces, and it's only $4.43 to ship that. Pretty cool. So I'm just making sure everything goes in the piles for the shipping carrier. I think I mentioned that in the other video. And it's going to be going to all three. Of course, tomorrow for my pickups, we got a FedEx pile, we got a UPS pile, and a USPS pile. So that is what we're doing. There we go. Got another ZCT 1U. That's that first gen PS4 controller. Sold that for $21.99 plus shipping. So Look forward to hearing in the comments where everyone's from. We're shipping out of Dallas, Texas here. Which turns out it's pretty cool because we're kind of like right near the middle of the country, so not too far to ship to anywhere. $5.26 for this one. Again, poly bag, you know, maybe 5 sheets of bubble wrap. I believe it's about 4 or 5. To get that full 2 wraps around it, to get that good protection. And this bubble wrap that I buy from American Bubble Boy is almost exactly 5 cents per sheet. They're each like 12-inch sheet. So I'm talking 20 to 25 cents of bubble wrap. All right, here, let's see. Let's count on this one. So this is 4 sheets for a PlayStation 3 controller, and let's see if this feels like enough, or if I'll need to add one more. Alright. PlayStation 3 controller. I accepted an offer on this one for $16 plus shipping. Yeah, that's perfect. So 4 sheets, so 20 cents. I think the poly bags are around 15 cents each. That's like 35 cents of shipping materials. That's pretty low. And they're also just so quick. It's so quick to pack this way. Get it in a poly bag with some high quality bubble wrap. It'll be good to go. Just make sure your dimensions are correct, like the actual packed dimensions, and make sure you don't say like 1 inch, because obviously this isn't 1 inch thick. I'd say 3 or 4 inches thick. I'm generous with that. I don't think UPS actually cares, but I also don't want to, you know, lie about the dimensions. I want to try to be as accurate as possible. I feel like that's being good for the planet. That allows USPS or whoever it is, UPS, to accurately fill their trucks and all that stuff. Keep prices low for everybody. That's the way I figure. Try to play the game you wish other people would play it too. There we go. Got another PlayStation 3 controller, sold for $16.99 plus shipping. About 4 sheets again. Just try to have everything within arm's reach. This setup with the bubble wrap's a little bit annoying. I think the next time I build this setup or rebuild it, because sometimes it does drape in front of the screen, or it prevents me from lifting up the screen quite as high as I'd like, because the bubble wrap's like right here in front of my TV screen, or my computer monitor. Gosh, I'm so old. The TV screen. No, my computer monitor here. All right, $16.99, going to the 7-ounce, 8-ounce class. Boom. Just like I mentioned in the last video, having my mouse with a hotkey set up for the home page, and then setting your home page to your eBay orders page, like orders that need to be shipped. So clutch. Just take yourself right there. Get right to it. If you got orders that need to be shipped, get them out. I am a top rated seller, so we do have 1-day handling on all of our stuff here, so it always helps just to get these orders out. But I did say in the last video, my New Year's resolution is to take it easier on myself. I let the boss part of myself recognize that I was having some signs of burnout, so I'm taking most of the day Friday off after I schedule the morning deliveries, and then Saturday as well, and then Sunday morning maybe to go on a run Sunday morning, and then back to work Sunday afternoon. But giving myself a good 48 hours from like Friday afternoon to Sunday afternoon to just not worry about the orders for a little while. Because I was just in the habit of just like doing orders every night, which you should be, because you still have to do it 5 days a week at least if you want 1-day handling to work and for it not to pile up too much, I think. But doing it every day, 7 days a week, was hard. So
how's it going?
Hello, good. Making a YouTube video again.
What?
Unfortunately, I think my phone ran out of storage before the last time, before you came in, so I don't even know if your cameo counted, so this might be your first cameo onto the video.
What happened?
I ran out of space. My phone was literally full. Like I couldn't store any more videos.
So do I have a question?
Yes.
What in the world happened to the internet? I thought you'd be fixed by now.
It is fixed.
What?
Yeah, it's fixed.
Oh.
Pretty sure. Mom might need to recast it or something, but it is fixed.
Joseph, the internet fixed.
It's my little guy. My oldest guy of my 3 little ones. I'm sure he'll be making many appearances because he comes in, tells me awesome random facts all the time. So I think it'll be fun to capture anyway. All right, let's get back to it. At this rate, I might be selling items faster than I am packing them. No, probably not. I'm doing okay. This is a remote control. This is probably something I bought at the Goodwill bins a long time ago. And it sold for $7.99 plus shipping, but happy to get it out of here. Oh, and shipping was $0. Okay, great. So I'm making like $2 on this probably after fees. I'm paying $4.54 probably. I get this thing on the scale to make sure, but yeah, I used to do free shipping in the beginning, and I realized that I just don't want the buyers that want free shipping. I can wait for people that are willing to pay for shipping. It just makes a lot more sense, makes returns a lot easier too. So we don't do free shipping anymore and haven't for years. So I'm happy to get this old inventory out of here. I've got a call scheduled with an eBay advisor from eBay, like a free little session. It's like a 6-week session. And they gave me a stale listings report. And it's basically all the stuff that I used to list. That's just old stuff in my store. I'm like, yeah, but all the stuff that I'm listing now is going to sell in the next few weeks. So I've definitely learned my lesson. Like, sell through is so important. I wouldn't quite say everything, but it's almost everything. It covers up a lot. If you can just get that inventory out, get the cash back, that's so much better. Cash just stores so much more easily. Cash in your banking account is just a number. You know, it's just a number on your phone versus trying to manage inventory. And so get the stuff in, get it out, keep it fresh. It's like produce. That's the way I see it. Just like Tech and Sports says, we're not in the storage business, right? We're in the selling business. It's very good, very sticky advice. All right, got an Xbox One power supply. $14.99 plus $9.99 shipping. Should probably just stop with the 99s and just say $15 plus $10 shipping. I feel like I'm channeling ADH Dave right now, but thankfully I don't have to walk around as much, so a little less frenetic, because I don't think I could and doing all that stuff that he does while he's like holding his phone at the same time. But I can at least yap while I pack the same shit that I've packed. In fact, it's quite fun. I'm looking to hear from some other eBay sellers. Maybe see some other just pack with me videos. I'm trying to be just like Carrie from American Arbitrage said, I'm trying to be the Sam Sulik of eBay content. I think there's a room for that. There's a space for that. The kind of content you could just put your headphones in. I am worried about my packing tape. Maybe I'll have to invest in some silent tape if this YouTube channel takes off. But for now, I'm gonna have to deal with the occasional tape. But I will try to warn you of when I'm gonna use packing tape, so we can turn the headphones down or whatever we need to do. All right, this is going to Axel in California. So cool. It's cool to think that there's real people on the other end of these packages. One of the reasons I love eBay so much is because I can focus on the stuff I like doing, which is like the behind the scenes stuff, the packing, like the finding the inventory, and then the, the processing. I like that stuff. I like testing in items and sorting through, inventory, or going to thrift stores and seeing what they got. I love the thrill of the hunt. I think we all do. What I don't love is marketing. That's why eBay is incredible. So with eBay, you can just pay a couple extra percentage points, and eBay is going out with, I'm talking about promoted listings, right? So I do promoted listings at the market rate, up to an 8% cap on all my items. So I'm paying up to an extra 8% for eBay to promote. What that really means is eBay's the one who are doing the market research, figuring out the type of buyers that buy the kind of stuff that I want, who are searching for the kind of stuff on Google, and they're going out on websites like Google, and now they just had that press release just last week. They are now partnering with Facebook, right? So now it's on Facebook Marketplace. eBay items from certain sellers in the United States and in France, and I think maybe one other country, are now going to be popping up on Facebook Marketplace. You click the button, takes you to eBay. Man, I think how could it not be good? It's just more eyeballs, right? And I'm happy to pay that fee for eBay promoted listings to have someone else do my marketing. I don't want to do marketing. I don't actually like attention very much. I don't like scheming about how to get other people's attention. I think it's just not something I enjoy, honestly. I think I got plenty of attention as a kid. I think I'm just don't have that desire, so it's fine. But yeah, knowing that eBay is the one, and then the companies who make these products, who are like, Nintendo and Sony and Microsoft, obviously are spending so much money and effort, marketing these items to make people want them. And then they need to just not want to pay full price. And then eBay's out there reminding people that like it's available on eBay if you don't want to pay full price. So you got multiple layers of big corporations doing the marketing for you. I think when you're an eBay seller, and a lot of people don't recognize the value of that. So I'm paying, typical eBay fees are about 14% plus the extra 8% on top of that. So maybe around 22% fees to eBay. But what people don't realize, okay, so yeah, and you're like 22% fees. That's insane. Okay, if you ever go to your traffic tab on eBay, I just clicked it right now. In the last 30 days, I got 17 million impressions. You think you're gonna get 17 million impressions on a Shopify store? On your Squarespace site? 17 million? You would have to pay so much in marketing and advertising to even approach that, right? And you are paying an amount to eBay, but it's just proportionate to the items that you're selling. And so it seems very fair. I don't do the off-site promoted ads because, again, I don't actually like promoting. So I don't like playing that game of like, who are my buyers and I want to buy this advertising campaign. I'll let the experts at eBay do that, and I'll just pay them to do that. I think it's a tremendous service. So eBay promoted listings, like, just work that into your price, right? Get the kind of items that allow you to do that, and then, I think 50% of my sales are through promoted listings. 60% maybe, I don't know. It's quite a bit. I'm so happy to pay it. This is another first gen PS4 controller, $22 plus $7 shipping. Yeah, that sounds better. $7 shipping versus $6.99. We all know what we're talking about here. There we go. Only $5.50 paid for the shipping label, so I'll make a little bit of money and profit there. Oh, and we're being slow. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see. I do just want to check in because I feel like we made a little progress. I want to see how many orders we have left to pack tonight. Let's see, 43 left still. Right. So our last 4 days of sales were, let's see, January. So Thursday was the big day that started this whole thing when I started listing items again. So we did 3,100 on that day, and then 1,700, and then 1,400, and then today we did just over 1,000 so far. So yeah, we've done a little more than 30 items a day these last few days. These have been, we have high days and low days. $1,000 a day is not consistent. I don't consistently list the same amount of items every day. So some days dip down $200 or $300, $400, and some days are like last Thursday, $3,100. So just it depends on how much you list, and like what items you're listing. Obviously, you just gotta list the quality stuff. But for a while, space was at a premium. So instead of listing, I typically just list my most valuable things and then figure out how to lot up all the leftover stuff or sell it in bulk or something. But recently I've been needing space in the garage, so I had to sell the biggest things in my inventory. So I was selling a lot of Guitar Hero controllers, which was good, but not the most valuable things. And I spent one day listing valuable stuff, a bunch of controllers, all these PS3 and PS4 controllers, and I had a $3,100 day. So, pretty cool. All right, back to, here we go, got a little portal of power, a little Skylanders action. This is the one from the Skylanders Giants. Sold this for $8.99 plus shipping. Just doing two layers all the way around. I think again that was about 4 sheets of bubble wrap, maybe just 3 actually. Into the 13 by 10 poly bag, which is my medium size. I basically just have 3 sizes: the 10.5 by 7.5, a 13 by 10, and a 14 by 18. That's my small, medium, and large in my head, so it makes it easy for me to just like look at an item and think, will this fit in my small, my medium, or my large poly bag? And I just throw it in one of those. I also have an XL if I need really big stuff. That's 18 by 18 poly bag for some reason. I'd rather just put that stuff in a box usually, but sometimes I need a big poly bag. And then I also have a bubble mailer for discs and DVDs and games and stuff. That's separate. And that is my poly bag inventory rundown to that small corner of the internet that might actually care about how to keep an inventory for random electronics on eBay. But someone cares about that shit. I love that shit. That behind the scenes stuff. That's why I want to be an eBay seller. I don't want to do marketing. I like the behind the scenes stuff. I like getting an item all packed up and tested, and so that's what we're doing. It's my job. And like I said in the last video, but I don't know if I got cut off last time because I ran out of space on my phone, but I do see this as a job. I'm not trying to start a business in the sense of like something that I could sell to someone else. I don't want employees. I just want to get good at my job. I want to develop mastery at this, and I think I can do this long enough to be able to retire off of it one day. So we've already run the numbers. It's like 10 more years of doing numbers like this, and we'll be fine. We'll have hit our retirement number already, and then it's all gravy. And I don't think the used video game market is going anywhere in the next 10 years, so I think we'll be okay. So here we go. We got another PlayStation 3 controller, just the first generation one, the CECH ZC2U, but without any extra letters and numbers after it. Going out for $4.55. Buyer paid $18 plus $7 shipping. So we'll make some money on that. Again, sold always, including charging cables. Anything that I sell that's tested and working, I always try to include batteries, charging cables, all that kind of stuff. Man, our mailman's gonna have a lot to scan tomorrow. Sometimes they scan it right there in the back of the truck, but I have a feeling tomorrow's going to be one of those days. They just take all my IKEA bags, throw them in the back of the truck, and they'll just bring me back the IKEA bags later. And I probably won't get a scan on those items until tomorrow evening when they pull in, and they just probably do it there. I'm not sure exactly what the workflow is. Post office is definitely hit or miss. They missed our last pickup, but scheduling pickups is still so much better than not. Save so much time. Our on-time shipping metric has gone in the dump because we've had a couple missed pickups where during the holiday season it was like another mail person, a different USPS carrier apparently, because we had to call the postmaster of our local post office to figure out where all of our packages were, because they picked up not only the USPS packages but also the UPS packages from the other pile. And it was like 30 or 40 packages each time that they picked up and brought to the post office. They put it on the post office truck, and then eventually that stuff did get picked up for the most part by a UPS someone, but there was no scan, and they were all many days behind. They would just like randomly show up on the tracking like halfway to their destination, maybe a week or 2 or 3 weeks later sometimes. So that really hurt our metrics. But now we literally put extra printed out pieces of paper on top of the boxes for UPS that say not for post office, just to make double sure. And we've had good luck since we started doing that. So it's not really luck. You just figure out what you need to do. Make it foolproof. Treat your drivers well. We always provide snacks. They all like us. Even the guy that made the mistake, he always comes. We have Gatorade and Coke and water and all that stuff in a cooler there outside. And granola bars and all that, or Kind bars, whatever we have around. So I think they all like us, hopefully. We try to treat them well. So hopefully getting that metric back on track, because if your on-time shipping metric or the late shipping metric is above 3%, it starts to become an issue for being a top-rated seller, which gives you a big discount on shipping supplies. And we're at like 2.8 something right now percent, 2.8 something. And if you go above 3%, that could be an issue for your top-rated seller status. So we'll see. The more items we can sell, the better, as long as we get them shipped on time. So Heather, my wife, was great. She went out yesterday, and the FedEx pickup didn't happen as well, but at least they called us with like an automated call saying, due to weather, we won't be able to make your pickup today, which was awesome. The post office, they came and dropped off our mail, but just skipped the pickup part and just never came back later that day, so we had to bring it to the post office. And FedEx, and my wife did that just to kind of help with the metrics. Otherwise, we would have had to schedule for the next day, but again, we're trying to get as many of these packages out as quickly as possible. It is, you save 10% on eBay fees if you're in top rated plus, so that adds up for sure. This is a couple of Atari controllers, 11 ounces, $5.26, and buyer paid $9 plus $7 shipping. Not bad, not bad. You're flying through these items. This is how you do it. I'm not going to worry too much about the piles, because I'm going to have to count them all. You need to count for all the services. You also need to weigh the packages, or at least get an approximate weight for your total shipment for both FedEx and USPS. So Heather, my wife, came up with this awesome technique of just holding a bunch of IKEA bags and stepping on a bathroom scale and stepping off, and you can get a great approximate weight of all the packages really quickly. I was trying to weigh each IKEA bag individually on a shipping scale, and she literally saved us so much time coming up with that recently, so that's been really cool. So we'll have to do all that too. But I do a quick count as I'm like loading up the IKEA bags. I'm just getting them in piles right now. I just need to make sure right now the primary thing I need to worry about is making sure that my piles don't get mixed too much between FedEx, UPS, and USPS. So this is a Wii Remote and Nunchuck listing that we just got going again. We sold out of our last one. We had like 300 sales or something on that listing, and then we just ran out. But now we're back. So my wife's been doing a lot of cleaning of Wii remotes and nunchucks and the silicone covers, and we have a whole little bundle that we sell. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, once you get up that listing, that just is like the gift that keeps on giving. Those replenishables where you can get a large inventory and you can start asking a larger price. We found, once you get that number sold under your item in eBay, you can command a premium, because the one thing on eBay that I think is a currency people don't recognize enough is trust. I think that's why having an account with a lot of sales is good, and having an item that has a lot of sales right under it, where a bunch of other people have bought that item, less likely to think you're going to get scammed. I think that goes for any online retailer, but especially eBay, where it's random people shipping stuff out of their garage, like I'm literally doing. And I forgot to check what I just packed, and it was a tape one too. It means I'm going to have to tape it again. I do apologize for that. I know it's a 360 power supply, but I always want to double check the model number. 186 MB. Great. It's just so important to get the right one. You know, for these, this is an Xbox 360, what people call the Fat, just because there was also a Slim, but it's just the original 360 generation. And there's basically 3 different sizes of power supplies. And this one is the biggest and the most powerful. Was I just going off my own world there? Are we making a YouTube video or not? I should probably take a break. I think I'm going off my own world. Okay, peace.